Hello, you're live on the Paul Pluta channel. Today we are doing a paid watch review. This is a mystery competitors collection. And because I don't watch other channels, I have no idea who this collection belongs to. This came in from Brandon. Hi, Archie. Just sent you $20 US. I know is a massive but I wanted to see what you would have to say about his collection, and I think it would make a funny video. I know you agreed not to mention his name on your channel. That's okay. Please post a Urban Vermin later. He posted a video on his collection a month ago. He said, to save you the horror of watching his channel, I have given you a list of what's there in case you don't want to watch the whole video. It's really long, but a lot of crap in there. I hope you're doing well, and I hope this I hope to see this video in the future. And we also want to have a quick bit of a look at it and see what's decent and what's garbage.
Okay.
So let's go through this list here, and we'll see what we come up with. So his first thing he's got here, he's got an heirloom piece. He's got a Charles Frodsham minute repeater, 18 karat. I'm not really much of a pocket watch person. Are you a pocket watch person, Clive?
Not unless it has Gallifreyan symbols on the back of it.
Yeah, I mean, look, it sounds like it's a nice enough thing there. I don't think it's probably. I'm just having a quick sticky at some auction sites there. We might just go through and do a bit of an appraisal. Actually, this is actually just out of interest there. I will tell you there is actually one. There's one on Christie's. Christie's has one, and it realized 8,125 Swiss francs. That's a fair bit of money. What do you think, Clive?
No, it's a nice watch.
Yep. Okay, so 8,125 Swiss francs. Fair enough. There. That's
1906. It looks like it's in decent shape. The dial's nice.
Yeah.
I've never heard of Charles Frodsham.
No. I think it's in English. I'm not pocket watches are not my expertise.
Yeah,
but it's still. Look, it's an heirloom that's been handed down. That's a great piece to have. What do you think?
Yeah, I think that's perfectly fine.
Unfortunately, the Ukrainian peasant stock I come from, the nearest thing I'd get to that is a scarecrow.
Gotcha.
It's a joke, Clive. It's a joke.
Right. Yes.
I got to say, the pocket watch is nice. That's a nice thing to have. I wish I had aristocratic relatives in the past who could leave me things, but unfortunately that's just not the case. So I think that's a nice watch. What do you think, Clive? Give me your opinion.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know anything about pocket watches, but I it's an antique. It looks like it's in condition. Yeah, perfectly fine. Never heard of it before. It would sit in the drawer if I had it, but that's fine.
It's a nice thing. Minute repeater is pretty cool. I mean, that's pretty cool. The next piece he's got is a Casio G-Shock BW5600, and that's just a piece of garbage, Clive. That's an absolute piece. I'm just seeing one on the screen now. Absolute piece of garbage. I don't know what you think of that, Clive. I'll just bring it up on the screen so you can I don't know why people put these in their collection when they're not worthy. $89, you can get one from Germany.
Okay, well.
So we'll just cross that out. That is garbage. Agreed? Yes or no?
Yeah, and
garbage.
Completely indifferent. Yeah, that's something you're going to wear duck hunting or something.
Yeah. Next piece is a Omega crosshair dial, 1950s. Let's have a look. A bit small. What do you think? Here's one here, about $1,500.
Okay. Well,
what do you think?
It's okay. I mean, it's small. It's gold. I see those all. You know, even though Rolexes in Dallas and the oil patch have dried up, I see those things all the time. So meh.
It doesn't actually say whether this guy's got a gold one or a steel one. I don't know, but
I think.
Why would you go with the steel one? You'd have to go for a gold one, wouldn't you? These things are. I think that's semi-decent. What do you say? Semi-decent?
Yeah, semi-decent. It's not a standout, but
it's not a standout, but it's also it's not an absolute shitter, is it?
No. No.
Okay, beautiful. The next piece we've got here, here's a piece. This is really testing the patience. Is a Tissot Jaeger Z199. Let's have a look, Clive.
Yeah.
Doesn't really do it for me. What do you think? Would you consider that acceptable, or would that just be
subpar?
Subpar?
Yeah.
We'll put a line through that. That's really not worth having, I don't think.
Blow up the picture a little bit.
Okie dokie.
Yeah, they're kind of looking. I think they're almost going for like the original Breitling's Navitimer look, the black dials from the 50s and early 60s. But
it's a Tissot, but you know what I mean. I think put a line through it. It's crap. Okay, it's crap. Next piece we've got is a Marathon navigator. US government. I don't understand this. They have a special government version for lazy bureaucrats, or what is it? It's not even showing. A Marathon is a pretty horrid brand. I'm just going to put a line through that. That's not even worth discussing.
I've never even heard.
First decent watch here. We've got a Rolex 116610 LN. Okay, that's the ceramic sub. Ceramic date sub 116610 LN. That's a great piece. What do you think?
Oh yeah. Yeah, I mean it's perfectly
That's probably worth 8,000. 8,000 US any day, I think. 8,000 US we'll just put on that. Okay, that's a great piece. I think that's a great piece. That's a decent watch. That's okay.
Nice, solid, reliable. Yeah.
Next thing we've got is a Seiko SKX 007K Hunter Pro.
Be careful. There's a lot of rabid Seiko fanboys out there.
Oh, jeez.
There are.
I'm not a big fan of this watch. It's just a... Why would you even have the Seiko if you've got the Rolex? Why would you even bother?
Yeah, it just doesn't float my boat.
It's a $300 watch. Let's cross that off. It's garbage. Okay? It's garbage. It's not a Presage or a Grand Seiko. It's just garbage. Next piece is a Rolex 114270. That's the Explorer 1. That is a beautiful watch. That absolutely beautiful watch there. That's a $6,000 US Rolex any day of the week. Beautiful. That's a good watch.
Oh.
What do you think?
Yeah, there's actually one like
that's
a
the
2-hour
36
drive.
mil. That's the 36 mil size.
Right. Now, do you think one of those from like would be for 4,500 would be a good price or not?
It's still the 36 mil. You know that, don't you? It's the smaller size one.
Yes.
I think that's reasonably good buying. I've got a friend of mine who bought one, not much more than that.
Okay.
Look, they're a great watch. I'm not gonna dispute it. That is a fantastic watch. You can't hate.
Yeah, yeah,
Can't hate
fine.
that watch. It's a fantastic watch. Okay.
Right, but that's almost like, but it's the smaller size. Now I'm trying to think. I mean, I wonder why you'd buy that instead of the 39 millimeter.
Well, it is cheaper. I don't know who would. If you've got small wrists, it could be a
smaller wrists.
I used to wear a 36. I had the 1016, and I also had a 14270, not the double one, and I quite liked it. But no, that's okay. We'll just. I think that's a great watch. I'm not going to say crap about it because that is a superb watch. There, it looks like this guy's starting to get a bit of money coming in because he's getting some. These are some decent stuff. We've got a Breitling A2332. And I like these. These are really cool. These are about $4,000 US. What do you think of these Breitlings?
Yeah, what is it? Panda dial, right? Or is it the white with the
that's a nice that is a nice watch. That is a nice watch. It's a cool watch. It's a cool. I've always loved the Navitimer. I still think Go on.
But let me ask you a quick question now. Specifically, the outer bezels; those are basically rudimentary flight computers.
It's kind of like a calculator, like a slide rule.
But specifically to do problems involving navigation and the flying of aircraft. Now, if you have one of those and you're not a pilot, are you a poser?
No, the Breitling is so cool.
But why not get a chronomat instead of a Navitimer?
The chronomat sucks. The Navitimer, I love the Navitimer. I might even get one of these. You know that? I actually miss having a Breitling Navitimer in the collection. They're fantastic. I had the old Navitimer too, which had the dial, the eye allocation 6912 with the date at 3. I really loved that piece.
What about the 806?
The vintage one?
Yeah.
That's
all black dial.
I kind of prefer more modern watches. Is that wrong of me to say?
No, it's a personal preference. That's like
like the seals in this. You can use the damn thing. I got to tell you, this guy here has got a bit of style. I mean, I think he's been watching the Archie Luxury channel a bit because that's a cool. I love this. This Breitling is cool. Right, we just got to sort out. We got to sort out the crap from the good stuff. The next piece. Next piece is what they call a Seiko. I don't know if you've ever heard of this. A Seiko Ripley. Never heard of this before. What's a Seiko Ripley?
No. Raleigh?
No, SC. I don't know these low-end crap watches, you know. Let's have a look. No, it's just probably garbage. Let's just leave that to the side. A Timex. Timex.
Seiko Spirit Smart SCED 035.
Yeah.
Okay. I guess we're moving on to the next one. Fine.
It's crap, isn't it, or not? Next one's a Timex. Cross that out. That's going to be garbage as well. The one after that's a Squally 50 Atmos. Garbage. Cross that out. Casio Databank. Garbage. Cross that out. Seiko Flightmaster. Garbage, cross it out. Here's an interesting one. A Sinn 103. So 104. Sinn 104. What do you think of this? Would that be garbage or not? I think we might accept that. That's possibly, it's a
what
1200.
Is it? A Flieger, basically, right?
Yeah. You know, I think that's semi-decent. That's semi-decent. We'll put that in there. The next piece, let's have a look here. Next piece we're going to have is a Swatch. What the hell is a Swatch jellyfish? You ever heard of these things?
I barely heard of Swatch.
Yeah, it's garbage. Just ignore that. Anything Swatch is just, it's got to hurt. It's got to hurt. And then we got a Doobie and Switcher Retro. Let's have a look here. Retropunt 1940s. I don't think it's my cup of tea. What do you think?
I don't know. It's almost like a Cartier chronograph or something.
Yeah. I don't know if it'd be 18 karat one. I think it's just a steel one he's got. Oh, they're ugly as sin. What do we do with that?
Well, that Sinn wasn't that ugly.
Yeah. That's a good point. Good point.
Quick question, quick notation from Garbage Fire saying, I need a doobie after watching this.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you. And so I think with what do we put this as? It's not the...
Oh, wait. Rick Hausmeyer, do you think the one was called the Ripley because maybe Sigourney Weaver wore it in the Alien movies?
And finally, the last watch, Clyde, the last decent watch is a Rolex 16710. It's a Coke. Coke. What do you think?
Can't go wrong with the Coke.
Yeah, so that's $6,500 for that there, US. Okay, Clive, I want it, now that we've gone through the collection, now we need to go through and discuss. Ignore the crap. He's got a lot of crap in there. See, normally what happens when you're a watch collector, you get rid of the garbage as you progress. This guy just seems to have kept everything. Could you imagine going through this guy's house? He'd be a hoarder. He's got papers from 1972.
Was he alive in 1972?
I don't know. So let's talk about this. The decent watches are, he's got the pocket watch.
Yeah.
We'll just put that to the side because that's not a wristwatch. That's sort of a pocket watch. We've got the Omega Crosshair 1950s, 1500. We got the Submariner, the ceramic sub date, which I think is a beautiful watch. That is a great watch there. We got an Explorer 1, 36 mil, new model. That's a cool piece. I think that really is a cool piece. I'm just going to add this up. We got the Omega, we valued at 1,500 US. The Rolex, 8,000. The Explorer, we put at 6. The Breitling, we put at 4. That's the Navitimer. The Sinn, we put at $1,200. And then the GMT-Master 2, 6.5, 27,000 US dollars. That's a decent collection. What do you think? What do you think?
Yeah, not bad, actually. So, yeah, I mean, it's not a horrible collection. I mean, he's got enough of the iconic pieces. He's checked enough boxes. He's got a couple of beaters. And,
I mean, that pocket watch is kind of his grail piece. I mean, a minute repeater is very, very cool. You can't say it's not cool. I'm just doing the currency conversion there. 8,125 Swiss francs. We'll convert that into US dollars, and we'll tell you it's about 8,400 US dollars. Wow, what a windfall. Yes, so he's got a very decent collection here. What do you reckon?
Yeah, actually. I mean, like I said, he's got enough boxes marked to show that he kind of keeps up with everything.
Now let's look at this. We got a diver. We got the Rolex sub ceramic date is your diver. He's got a GMT as his GMT function watch. Chronograph. He's got a Navitimer. I thought this guy had an Omega First Man in Space. What happened to that? That was a great watch. I think he's missing a Speedmaster. What do you reckon?
Well, you can go and Jumma shop and buy one for a reasonable price. I guess.
So we're talking about.
But if you have a Navitimer, do you really need another chronograph?
Well, it is only. The problem is, Omega is so cool. You do need an Omega in your collection. Every man needs a Rolex and an Omega in their collection. I'm actually thinking about buying that Navitimer based on this collection review. So he's decent watches. He's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 decent watches.
Are you there?
Yeah, okay. 6 decent watches. What do you think? 6 decent watches. What do you think? Tell me what you think, Clyde. Don't worry about me. What do you think? Tell me what you think. Is this a great collection? What do you think?
Okay, I'm going to try to get out 8 words in a row this time. So,
okay.
I think he's got enough major pieces to show that he halfway keeps up, and knows what everyone else is aware of. He's got a couple of beater watches, and he's got a couple of ones to show personal identity, or I'm different in this way because. So yeah, it's not a bad collection. There's some pieces in there I wouldn't agree with, but everyone.
I still think my collection is better than his. I mean, I'd rather have my world time than that stupid pocket watch from my granddad, wouldn't you?
Not from my. No, not from. I'd keep the watch from the granddad, certainly, under any circumstance.
I'd rather have the world time. I'd rather have the world time. It's a cooler watch. I'm going to ask you this now. This is a competitor. The question's been asked, is my collection cooler than this guy's collection? You know my collection. I got the Patek Philippe 5110 World Time, the Jaeger-LeCoultre Reverso Grand Date. I got the Explorer 2 Rolex, no holes case, solid end links. I got the Speedmaster Man on the Moon. I've got the Breguet Type 20, and I got the IWC Ingy. 6 pieces. This guy's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 decent pieces. Compare. Which collection do you like better? You be honest with me. You don't need to just toe my line. You don't need to be a toady now, Clyde.
Well, I almost think it's a Mexican standoff. Some of his pieces are better, and some of your pieces are better. Well,
let's look at this. Let's look at this. I'm going to do a duel here. I think my world time is better than his stupid pocket watch. Okay?
His grandfather's heirloom.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. My I'm going to say this. My Breguet is better than the Navitimer. Okay? Once I get the links. Once I get the links, Clyde. The links are coming. Bubba, the links are coming, okay?
Any of his Rolexes are better than your Polar Explorer. Either one.
Sorry, say that again?
Any of his Rolexes are better than your Polar Explorer. He brings... I mean,
my Polar Explorer is better than his... My Polar Explorer is better than the Explorer 1. Mine's an Explorer 2. It must be better. 2 is better than 1.
Oh, okay.
And then I got to tell you this.
The ceramic sub skunks it. It beats it. Stomps it.
Okay. Well, the ceramic sub, I'm going to put my Jaeger-LeCoultre Reverso against that. The Reverso wins. It's cooler. They're about the same money. Reverso is cooler. Reverso! 8-day power reserve! Hold horology! And I got to tell you...
By the Ponto's own standards, which is flippability.
Yeah.
Flippability. I'm surprised you're such a flipper. I'm surprised you don't drive a Robin Reliant.
Now I gotta tell you. Okay, so that leaves my watches that are left. My IWC Ingenieur is better than his Sinn 104.
Okay.
Got to give me that.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I'm going to put my Speedy. Okay, his GMT is better than my Speedy. I agree with that. The GMT he's got is better than my Speedy. I agree. He beat me on one watch.
You know, I might actually have to go look on Chrono 24 and look for a Coke and do some Coke or Pepsi shopping, because some of those didn't appear to be bad prices. I'm thinking, shit, that might be worth a drive to Dallas.
Clive, what do you think? Whose collection is better, the competitor or mine? You don't need to agree with me. I mean, which one would you take if someone said, which one do you want?
Toughie.
You can be honest. Be honest. Which one would you take?
Yours, I gotta admit, I do like the Breguet. Some, like I said, the Engineer and the other one, I'm kind of.
You're about to get the chop, Clive. If you didn't answer that question right, we wouldn't be doing any live shows anymore. I gotta tell you that. But I gotta tell you, this is a competitor's collection. I gotta be honest with you.
It's not a bad collection.
He's got some decent shit, hasn't he? He's got some decent stuff.
He's got some pretty valid kit.
Very valid kick. And I got to tell you, Clive,
Now, does this competitor only do reviews about his own watches? Or does he review other stuff?
I don't know. I don't watch his channel. I am the leader. I don't watch anyone's channel except mine. I have staff to watch other people's channels.
Well, okay. What your staff? Well, okay. So after consulting with your staff, does he review only his pieces, or does he review other pieces? What does your staff tell you?
The staff says he I don't know. I have to ask them. Okay. But what I'm trying to say to you is, Clive, when you look at this collection, he's got 6 decent pieces. Everything else is garbage. It's just crap, okay? I got crap too. I got crap here too. I got one of these. I got crap too, okay? I got crap. I've got crap. I got crap. I got crap. I got crap. I got a quartz pocket watch that doesn't work. Okay, it's crap. I got crap, okay? I got crap. It needs a battery. I got crap everywhere here too, but I don't put that in my collection review. He's got 6 decent pieces. I think he's a little bit Rolex heavy. What do you think? 3 of them are Rolex.
I like the Rolex. Well, okay.
I tell you what's missing. You know what's missing from his collection? He needs an Omega. Everyone, actually, he's got that vintage crappy
cross
Omega.
style. He's got the Omega cross style. I didn't even
include that in the 6. I didn't include that. He's got 7 semi-decent critters. The cross style's too small, but you know who's going to wear that thing?
And it barely counts. I mean, it technically counts. It technically counts as an Omega, but it doesn't really hold up the best attributes. One could say it's the Polar Explorer of the Omega line.
Yeah, I got to tell you, what do you think, Clive? Which one would you jump into? I got to say, he's got the ceramic. It's a little bit. He's got a ceramic sub. He's got a GMT, and he's got an Explorer 1. That's a nice little collection. He needs an Omega Speedmaster. He could go first man in space. He needs an Omega Speedmaster.
He already has a chronograph. He already has an Omega. He already has a chronograph.
Yeah, but the Breguet, the Navitimer, the Breitling is kind of like the Breguet. It's the second one you have. It's not the first one. You got to have an Omega. It's a better machine. I love my Omega Speedmaster. Man on the moon! Man on the moon! That's what I like.
Okay.
Man on the moon!
I'd rather have a Breitling. I'd rather have a Navitimer.
You'd rather have the Navitimer? No, what the hell is wrong with you? You're supposed to be my friend.
Friend and sycophant are 2 different words. I mean, you know, and who knows if I got to hold one in my hands and look at it for an extended period, it might change. All I have to do really is look at pictures. But to me, the Navitimer, and it might be one of those things. If I might go out and get a Navitimer and realize I can't, who knows? Maybe the print might all be too small for me to read. But just looking at the pictures, the aesthetics of the Navitimer appeals to me more than the Omega, than the Speedmaster. And maybe because the Speedmaster is almost too clinical.
Speedmaster, man on the moon.
Yeah,
I love my man on the moon.
Well,
man on the moon.
Maybe it's too much of a tool watch, I guess, for me. Maybe it still has too much.
I tell you what's missing. I'm looking at this collection. I tell you what I think is missing. It's very Rolex heavy. We've got a crappy 1950s Omega, which I hate. I hate. We got a Sinn 104. This doesn't really have nice substance. Nothing really makes me excited here. This is an amateur's collection. Okay, it's an amateur collection because
he hasn't gone into the deep part of the pool yet.
Yeah. The governor's governor has ruled this collection here is invalid because it's too Rolex heavy and he's got too much crap.
Okay.
I got to tell you, I just want something nice. Like, I love the Breguet and IWC. He could have this guy could have an IWC pilot's watch in here. That'd be quite okay. His main money is in Rolex. He's got his main money in Rolex. Right.
But you've got most of yours tied up in a single piece, the Patek World Time.
Yeah, well, Patek is a Patek, but, you know, that's the most, it's like a Rolls Royce. How could that not be cool to have, you know? Tell me what you think. What do you think of the collection? I think it's good. I think it's good. It's very Rolex heavy. I would say you need to get an Omega Speedmaster. You need a Speedmaster in there, okay?
Well, are you saying the collection is immature? It's not quite developed. It's undeveloped.
There's nothing. There's something lacking. Like, I can't see lusty things like in my collection. You got the Reverso, which is just horny, and you got a Breguet. Both of those are super horny. There's nothing horny in here.
Horny? You mean with crown guards?
You know what I'm saying? It's just not. It's just missing something. It's just not.
It's undeveloped.
Yeah, it's not a collection I'd lust over. Nothing lusting over it for me. You know, it's like looking at a 1950s.
So he's played
1950s Tupperware catalog.
He's played it too safe with Rolex, and instead of going for the gusto, he's just played around. He's collected some shitters around his Rolex, basically Rolexes.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I don't hate the collection. He's got some interesting stuff.
Well, to a certain
I would be adding Omega Speedmaster, man, some sort of Omega Speedy. I would be adding something cool like an IWC, a Breguet. You know, they don't have to be retained value so much. Just cool pieces. There's nothing cool I can see here.
Well, and to a certain degree,
Omega is so boring. Sorry, Rolex is so boring.
Whoa. Time out. Let's play watch psychotherapist since you are the pontiff, okay?
Yeah.
Watches basically show personality. They're how we identify ourselves. They're to ourselves and to others. Not knowing who that person is, what would you say about him through his watch collection? Like, for instance, I mean, for instance, dinner parties and everything else, one of my favorite things to do is to go through and look at the library, look at the book collections of the person that's hosting the party, because it tells you a lot. It's, to me, it's almost as and people have their books on display, so there's nothing wrong with it, but you get to kind of look and just kind of figure the person out just through their book collection. Okay, so therefore, as the pontiff of haute horology, what would you say that collection has to say about its owner?
That's a very good thing. I think we're talking about a very immature psychopath here.
Why do you say a psychopath? Now, see, now I was thinking...
Because anyone who has so many Rolexes, it's not a good sign. There's nothing romantic or lovely here. This is just safe options, safe options.
In other words, someone kind of newish. They're,
yes.
And like I said,
This is an amateur collection. It's an amateur collection, okay?
Okay.
He's not showing me anything I really love here. Nothing I really am envious or jealous of. It's just, yeah, he's got a couple Rolexes. He's got an ugly Omega. He's got an ugly Omega. He's got an ugly Sinn. The only decent pieces I can see are those Rolexes and the Navitimer.
Whoa, hey, let's back up. Let's look at the Rolexes for a second. What do the Rolexes tell you?
Ah, boring. They're nothing exciting.
Follow the leader.
Follow the leader.
Yeah, I mean...
It's as boring as your collection, Clive, and that says a lot.
Okay. How many bubble backs do you... Oh, like I said,
semi-bubble backs. Semi-bubble backs. It's a cool watch, Clive. It's a cool watch.
It is. It is. It is. And I dare you to find another one like it.
Clive, I think that's the end of that review there. It's not a bad collection.
Well, it's not a bad collection, but to me, it's
not a great collection. It's not a great collection either.
Well, but here's the thing. Also, I mean, to me, even the Rolexes are kind of. I mean, they're nice. I'd love a Coke or a Pepsi. Don't get me wrong. That is still a box I'd like to check, but it's still playing it really, really safe, wouldn't you say? I mean, I hate to say it, a ceramic date sub. I mean, that is something that you get for your first watch if you're a newbie.
A ceramic date sub, yes, it's amateur hour. Thank you, Clydie.
All right,
that's true, isn't it?
Yeah,
it is something you buy if you are new. You're new to the hobby.
The Rolex, I mean, and the Rolex One, to me, that says almost. You think he picked that up because it was a bargain, or because he had small wrists, or what do you think? Bargain?
Explorer One. That's actually not a bad watch. I don't hate it. I do not hate that watch. I don't hate it. Do you hate it?
Or do you? Well, actually, I've thought about it, but you know, if you've got a no date sub and a Milgauss, really, what's the point? And an Explorer 2. I don't think if someone would have said a Milgauss or an Explorer 2 or Explorer 1, which one? Yeah, which one? I don't think I would have shown. I'd go with the Milgauss.
Ooh, definitely. Milgauss is much cooler, don't you think, or not?
Right.
Doesn't have that small hand problem. Doesn't have that small hand problem either.
That one has. That's the 36. The 36 doesn't have the small hand problem.
But it's still too small. It's too small. You know what I mean? In modern times.
Mm-hmm. And I'm trying to figure out. If the Coke or the Pepsi, at least it's not brand new, like the Sub C date. But I'm trying to figure out what would be the purpose of the collector getting that one.
Which watch is that? Sorry, the Sub?
The Coke.
Well, that's actually quite an interesting thing. I think it could be because the Coke is a great watch. You know, I used to hate the Coke and the Pepsis. I always loved the Explorer 2. They were more expensive. The Explorer 2s were more expensive at one stage. You know that?
Mm-hmm. Well, I don't. It almost.
If my uncle had balls, should be my auntie. You know that?
Well, I don't know. It's almost like they reached out for another piece, but there's still kind of something. It's a Grail piece. Don't get me wrong, but it almost like a certain conformity to it. Don't you think?
I agree with you. It is interesting to see.
And then to go for that.
Then at 10, what would you give this collection? I'd give this collection a 6.5.
I was thinking 6, actually. Yeah. And if you limit it just to the 6 pieces, probably maybe a bit higher than that. I mean, the Sinn's not bad. The Sinn's not bad, but it's, you know, for me to spend hundreds of dollars on a homage watch, on a military homage watch, when you can actually get the real deal.
The burger deal?
Yeah. Why would you go somewhere and get a chicken burger if you could go out for the same money and get a real hamburger? Unless you're just white trash and love mayonnaise.
Good point. Very good point, Clive.
Awesome.
Clive, we're going to wrap this up. Do you want to do another live show?
Yeah, I think we got time.
Okay, we'll just do one more. Watches you regret buying. Okay?
Okay.
So, Clive, we'll stay on the Paul Pluta channel, and we'll do one more.
One quick one. I appreciate it.